Hello and welcome to the 2025 East Africa Data Governance Conference happening here in Nairobi. This week, Amnesty International Kenya and the Open Institute have convened data governance practitioners from across the East African region to discuss ways in which we can advance harmonization of data governance across the East African region, because we do believe that the continent and the region deserves a rights-respecting digital transformation and a data governance ecosystem.
As East Africa, we must take significant steps towards enhancing digital integration, safeguarding data privacy, with the development of regional data governance policy framework.
Thirdly, ensure that there is strict enforcement of laws and legal compliance. At the same time, preemptively avoiding some of the pitfalls that we are seeing in each of our countries. So we don't have to wait until we have legal cases. We can also preempt this with guidelines and regulations.
Biggest takeaway from this event is that we should look at data protection laws not as something to make people fear, but to encourage them and incentivize them, that there are different opportunities when we abide by the law and when we hold data and manage our data responsibly and also ethically.
It is not lost to us that Africa data revolution cannot happen without a strong data governance framework. It is therefore against this background that the stakeholders from Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania need to build capacity and equip the respective players with the requisite skills as part of the journey towards formulating a united approach towards data governance and regional integration, appreciating the unique challenge in the region.
The East African Data Governance Conference is important because it brings about professionals in the industry, CSOs, and other organizations that are interested in discussing issues of data flow within the East African community. As we well know, most of the data protection acts within the East African community have that provision of localization of processing personal data. This conversation is timely because it brings about the discussion on how we can enhance free flow of data across the East African community to facilitate trade and other innovations across the community.
If I am an institution or a civil society and I want to misuse this mama's photo and phone number for me to get funding, at the point where this individual at the community has been capacity built and they really understand that a phone number and a name and a photo are valuable, that's the only way they can exercise their right to privacy. So the main thing to break the gap between the policy and the implementation is awareness, awareness, and awareness.
So I think there are 5 things that came to me as I listened to people talking. The first was the importance for digital literacy, public awareness, making sure that citizens understand the power of their own data, but also looking at legal compliance, making sure that agencies, not just public government agencies, but also the private sector, that they respect privacy while they use data for development.